All right, so the first pair we're going to talk about today is USD Swiss franc, okay? So we know that the USD is strong at a positive 5.6, okay? The Swiss franc is weak at a negative 5.1, okay? So as optimism is high, okay, the Swiss franc loses strength. Yesterday, the Swiss franc was at a positive 0.3. We saw minor strength, but what did we say? That's not going to be consistent. Swiss franc will see weakness, and we see that today, okay? Short-term direction to the upside, long-term direction to the upside. So we're really interested in this pair. Where to which direction to the upside? Here's our monthly upper, monthly mid, monthly lower zone, okay? Price was in relative consolidation for quite some time, okay? We see weakness in the USD. What's happening now? Strength back in the USD, okay? So what is this? All right, even though we are on the monthly time frame, we do know that we could go up to the 5-month time frame or whatever, but this is a higher time frame stop hunt. Okay, sell pressure moving to the downside. Okay, back to the upside. Okay, so what do we know? Buy pressure broke sell pressure at our monthly lower zone. It has fundamental direction to the upside. Thus, assuming fundamentals stay the same, it has free range where? To its monthly upper zone. Now, that doesn't mean that the USD won't come across any, battle, right? Like we're going to obviously see when price marches and makes its way to sell pressure at its weekly, we'll see an impulse to the downside before then a break. At the daily, impulse before break, weekly impulse before break. So what I'm trying to tell you is that free range does not necessarily mean that, okay? Price moves and pushes exhaustions. We know that, okay? And at every area of sell pressure, okay, price will put a battle in, and then air support, fundamental support will come in. Okay, so we know that the fundamentals, short-term, long-term, are to the upside. Buy pressure finally breaks sell pressure at its monthly lower zone. So that's a significant move. We now know that we're looking to the upside. Okay, let's take it to the weekly first. All right, weekly price action is showing us pretty much what you want to see in terms of continuous buy pressure, right? So here's what happened, right? We had buy pressure meet sell pressure for battle, made a push to the upside. What's after a push to the upside? Exhaustion to the downside. But we're seeing nice pin bars, right? What do these pin bars tell us? That every time sell pressure comes to make contact, buy pressure is saying, no, upside. No, upside. Here we finally see what? Buy pressure is breaking mid-range area sensitivity, which is previous high where this push completed, okay? That's telling us now we have confirmation that the next move is going to continue, okay? Assuming that we have a daily bullish engulfing candle close. All right, so what do we see here? All right, as we're on the daily time frame, we identify area sensitivity. We have daily downtrend, lower lows. Okay, prices broke that to the upside. That's no longer needed. Okay, we no longer need that downtrend. We see previous high area sensitivity, mid-range area of sell support. And we know that this is our monthly area sensitivity, which we will identify as well. So we have upper, mid, lower time frame area sensitivity because we're now starting to look for entry, right? So what's important to understand here is this bullish engulfing candle close. If we get the daily close, okay, which will be at 2 p.m. my time, okay, so in about 5 hours from now. And the reason why is because if we get a bullish engulfing candle close, that tells us, well, we have a significant injection of buy pressure. And not only that, it broke mid-range area sensitivity in previous highs. Okay, so assuming we get a bullish engulfing candle close, what is that on the lower time frame? A bullish engulfing candle close on the higher time frame is a lower time frame push, correct? Now, what's after a push to the upside? Exhaustion to the downside. Okay, so there's two scenarios that may happen here. Three scenarios, the first two probably being the higher probability. Okay, we're looking for entry here on USD Swiss franc. Okay, we're looking for entry here on USD Swiss franc now that the Canadian dollar, in terms of potential third, fourth waves of COVID, potential lockdowns again, Italy's already back in lockdown from what I understand. Okay, so this will affect the outlook for oil. Okay. And I don't think it will be long-term, okay? As the vaccines continue to get pumped in, okay, and the AstraZeneca vaccine gets approved again or not approved again and refilled, okay, that the Canadian dollar outlook will change again. But there's three scenarios that are going to happen here. Okay, we know that if this is a bullish engulfing candle close, so higher time frame bullish engulfing candle, lower time frame push, we may get two types of exhaustions. We may get exhaustion where the candle closes and then we find entry at price action confirmation, or we get price moving to previous high and then coming back for exhaustion. That's scenario 2. What's scenario 3? Price breaks previous high, minor exhaustion, and then we find entry. But either way, we know that fundamentals are likely to remain relatively consistent. The US is doing a great job of pumping out these vaccines, and they're looking to 3x their output the next month. We're going to get continuous positive news. Okay, even though our long-term, and I'm talking about long-term direction, maybe like a year from now, okay, 2 years from now, the USD is going to have to figure out their debt issue, okay, and inflation issue. But short-term direction, okay, is definitely to the upside. The world is still in recovery mode. Okay, the Fed is not looking to put any doubt in the market. Okay, it goes against everything they do. Vaccines are rolling out nicely. Okay, there's a ton of pressure to reopen businesses. Some states have already done that. USD is going to continue to see strength. So again, scenario 1, exhaustion from where the engulfing candle closes. Scenario 2, price makes a continuational move to previous high, then exhaustion. Scenario 3, price breaks previous high and we get a minor exhaustion. But either way, we're going to be looking for entry to the upside, and we're going to be monitoring this pair very, very closely. Okay, so USD Swiss franc, we are we're like hunters in the woods right now with our eye down the barrel. Okay, we're waiting for the right shot. All right, but right now we don't want to be entered. And the reason why is because we know that there's going to be some sort of exhaustion, okay? Especially as we get into the low volume period of time in the market, okay? There's going to likely be some sort of correction, whether it's here or from here, all right? So these two are the most likely scenarios, unless Powell and Yellen are extremely optimistic and we see price break to the upside, then we're going to be looking for entry here, and we'll be adjusting our SL accordingly, of course. Okay, so stay tuned for this. USD Swiss franc, we're looking to ride this baby up and make some money on this bad boy. Okay, so USD Swiss franc, that's our first analysis. CAD Swiss franc, which we are currently in.